life, keep the commandments? And the guy said, which ones? I'm ready. Bring it on. Which ones? Got it. And Jesus said, well, you shall not murder, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness, honor your father and mother, and you shall love your neighbor as yourself. So, when he approached Jesus and said, what must I do? What good things shall I do? He was approaching based on his ability. And so Jesus met him right there and listed out these commands. And the young man responded, affirming that he had kept these things. And you won't see Jesus arguing with him. Jesus didn't say, oh, I know when you lied. Hey, should I get your mom and dad? Let's talk about this. Right? He didn't do that. This guy was moral. He was a commandment follower. But even so, something was missing from his life. Something was lacking from his life. He was a moral man, yet he was still missing out. He's still saying, what good things shall I do to have eternal life? And here's the point, from this example, is that man's attempts at morality, at good living, are not enough to earn or achieve eternal life. Our attempts at following the commandments will never, ever be good enough to span the gap, to take away the separation, or to make up for our sin. We cannot be good enough. You understand that? Can't be. This young man failed, and he failed in the command that was not listed, or the commands not listed, particularly, you shall have no other gods before me. Look at verse 21. Jesus said to him, if you want to be perfect, go sell what you have and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven, and come follow me. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. So although he had kept his list of commandments, he had an idol in his life. His possessions, his stuff, they were more important to him than God. And Jesus put his finger on his failure and said, here's the issue. Now look, this young man was not unique in this. Romans 3:20 says, for by the deeds of the law, no flesh will be justified in his sight, for by the law is knowledge of sin. So following the 10 Commandments can never, ever make you right with God. Living a moral life cannot make your life right with God. No, the commandments simply reveal the fact of sin, the reality of our sinfulness. The commandments show that we fall short. The fact that we can't get to God, the distance, the expanse, the fact of our guilt. That's what the commandments show. Even Paul the Apostle, he said, I was alive once without the commandments, but then the commandment came and I died. I was living, everything was great, everything was wonderful. And then I heard, you shall not covet. And I went, I'm a dead man. Right? That's the way the commandments are. They show us that we're not where we should be. They show us that we're guilty. And no matter how hard people try to be moral or live by the 10 Commandments, you'll never ever do it to have life as it's designed to be, life as it should be.